Let's talk about your website. It's your digital front door. But is it just a pretty brochure, or is it actually out there working hard to grow your business? In the next few minutes, we're going to break down exactly how to transform those casual visitors into loyal customers. So, you've probably poured a ton of effort and maybe money into making your website look absolutely stunning. The colors pop, the images are sharp, it looks fantastic. But here's the real question, the one that actually matters. Is it working for you? Is it bringing in leads, making sales? If you're getting plenty of clicks but not enough customers, you're facing a super common problem, and believe me, we are about to fix it. The issue is often called a leaky funnel. Just picture it. You do all this work to get people to your site, your funnel, but somewhere along the way, they get confused, maybe a little frustrated, or they just lose interest. And poof, they're gone, leaking right out the side. This is where we get our hands dirty and plug those leaks. It's time to turn your website from just a passive, pretty page into a powerful conversion machine. And the key to all of this? It's strategic design. Okay, so where in the world does this strategic design journey begin? Well, it starts with the foundation. To build a website that really performs, you've got to understand two core concepts that get confused all the time, but are absolutely critical: UX and UI. Let's break this down. Think of it like building a house. UX, or user experience, is the blueprint. It's the overall journey. How does it feel to walk through the rooms? Is it logical, easy, satisfying? Now, UI, the user interface, is all the stuff you see and touch. The paint colors, the light fixtures, the doorknobs. It's the buttons, the fonts, the layout. You see? You need both working together perfectly. And when you get UX and UI right, when they're in perfect harmony, they create this seamless, almost invisible path through what we call the conversion funnel. They gently guide a visitor from the second they land on your site all the way to that final goal, whether it's making a purchase, signing up for a newsletter, you name it. So, with that foundation in place, let's get really practical. We're going to dive into 4 powerful design principles that will have a direct, measurable impact on your conversion rates. First up, and you could argue this is the most important of all, your navigation has to be completely effortless. I mean, think about it. If a visitor can't find what they're looking for almost instantly, they're gone. It's that simple. Simplicity isn't just a design choice here, it's a core business strategy. So what does that actually look like? Well, it means making things ridiculously easy. Your big goal should be to get a visitor to their destination in 3 clicks or less. That means you got to cut those cluttered, complicated menus, really think about what your users actually need, and make the path to your checkout or your contact form the most obvious, well-lit road on the entire site. Now, to really get why our next principle is so crucial, you just have to look at the data. I mean, look at this. More than half of all web traffic, 55%, comes from mobile devices. This isn't some passing trend, folks. This is the reality. If your site isn't built for a phone, you are actively choosing to ignore the majority of your potential customers. Which brings us right to our second principle. Your website must be mobile responsive. This is completely non-negotiable in this day and age. It has to look and function just as beautifully on a small phone screen as it does on a giant desktop monitor. Period. All right, here's a quick test you can do for your own site. Grab your phone right now. Seriously, go to your site. Can you easily tap the buttons with your thumb? Or are you pinching and zooming just to read the text? Is trying to fill out a form a total nightmare? If you answered yes to any of that, you have just found a massive leak in your funnel. Okay, let's talk about the gateways to conversion, your call to action buttons, or CTAs. These are your buy nows, your signups, your get started prompts. They are the signs that tell the user exactly what to do next. And you better believe they need to be designed with absolute clarity and purpose. So how do you make a CTA that's basically impossible to ignore? Well, for starters, use a color that really pops against the background. Write text that's clear and action-oriented. Get your free quote is so much better than just submit. And be strategic. Place them at the exact moment a user is ready to make a decision. And remember, one single powerful CTA is worth way more than 5 weak ones cluttering up the page. Our fourth principle is all about visual psychology. A clear visual hierarchy is basically how you silently guide a user's eye across the page. You're creating a little map for their attention, telling them, hey, look here first, then look over here, and finally, click this big, important button. And the tools for this are actually really simple, But oh boy, are they powerful. Make your headlines bigger. Give that main call to action button a bolder, brighter color. Use white space, empty space to separate ideas and get rid of clutter. Every single one of these choices helps create that visual path that leads straight to your conversion goal. But here's the thing. Even with a perfect visual path, a visitor won't convert if they don't trust you. This final piece of the puzzle, it's all about building their confidence and making them feel safe enough to take that final leap. Just look at this number for a second. -7%. What on earth could that mean for your website? It means that for every single second your website takes to load, you could be losing 7% of your conversions. Speed isn't just a techie detail. It is a massive trust signal. A slow site just feels unprofessional, unreliable, and, let's be honest, kind of untrustworthy. So how do we build that trust? First off, make your site faster. Optimize your images, clean up your code. Next, add those visible trust signals, security badges, real customer testimonials with real faces, professional photography. Every one of these elements reassures the user that they're dealing with a legitimate, secure, and reputable business. Finally, and this might just be the most important takeaway of all, improving your website's conversions isn't a one-and-done project. It's a continuous, ongoing process of learning and getting better. And this process is a really simple but powerful loop. You start with a hypothesis, right? Something like, I bet a green button will work better than our blue one. Then you test it, using A/B testing to let your actual users decide the winner with their clicks. You implement the winning change, and then, guess what? You find a new hypothesis and you start the cycle all over again. It's all about constant improvement driven by real data, not just guesswork. You know, when you boil it all down, strategic design isn't really about aesthetics or just making things look pretty. It's about empathy. It's about really, truly understanding your user's journey and then ruthlessly clearing the path for them, making it as easy and satisfying as humanly possible for them to become a customer. So I'll leave you with this one question. Based on everything we just covered, what is the single biggest point of friction on your website right now? Is it that confusing navigation, that clunky mobile experience, that CTA button that's basically invisible? Find that one thing, and I promise you, you've just found your first, most impactful step toward turning more of your clicks into customers.